What's up, WWE fans? You're watching Wrestling Edge Files, where every slam and surprise matters. Subscribe now, and let's roll in. Emotions ran wild and chaos took over backstage as CM Punk and Drew McIntyre's rivalry exploded in one of the most intense moments we've seen in years. After weeks of personal insults, heated confrontations and rising tension, Punk finally snapped, unleashing months of frustration in a fierce backstage altercation that has the entire WWE Universe talking. This wasn't just another fight, it was a turning point. Tonight, we break down every shocking moment, the story behind it, and what it means for the future of WWE. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. The rivalry boils over. Monday Night Raw's backstage area turned into the epicenter of chaos as CM Punk and Drew McIntyre's ongoing tension reached its inevitable breaking point. For weeks, both men had been trading harsh words and sneak attacks, but this time there was no microphone, no referee, and no holding back. According to multiple reports, Punk arrived at the arena early despite not being scheduled for the show. That decision alone spoke volumes. He wasn't there to perform, he was there to confront. Drew McIntyre, meanwhile, entered the building confident as ever, unaware that his loud words and disrespectful promos had pushed Punk past his limit. When the two finally crossed paths, the result was an all-out confrontation that perfectly encapsulated their feud. Raw emotion, pent-up anger, and a desire for respect. It wasn't about championships or brand supremacy. It was about pride, reputation, and proving who truly runs WWE's main event scene. A long time coming, the history behind the feud. This rivalry didn't start overnight. It's been building quietly through interviews, promos, and subtle digs since CM Punk's return to WWE. Drew McIntyre had been vocal about his skepticism of Punk's comeback, mocking his injuries, his age, and even his ability to hang with the new generation of stars. Those jabs weren't just storyline embellishments. They struck a nerve. Punk's career has always been defined by a passion and defiance. Every time someone told him he was past his prime, he came back stronger. Drew's words hit that exact nerve, and each week the tension became harder to contain. Fans watching could feel it coming. The interviews that got too personal, the stare-downs that lingered too long, and the constant one-upmanship in promos. The emotional weight behind this story made it more than just a feud. It became personal theatre, playing out in the most unpredictable way possible. The backstage collision. When Drew walked through the talent entrance that night, few backstage knew what was about to happen. Punk was waiting. Not with microphones or cameras, but with the intensity of a man who had been stewing for weeks. As soon as they saw each other, words were exchanged. Sources described Punk's tone as sharp, while Drew, never one to back down, responded in kind. Within seconds, voices turned into shoves and the confrontation escalated. WWE officials and crew members nearby tried to separate them, but both stars were too heated to stop. The two traded heavy blows before security rushed in to break things up. The scene was chaotic. Spilled coffee, broken props, and scattered production equipment. It looked and felt real because it carried real emotion. Both men were pulled apart and escorted to different locker rooms, and officials reportedly kept them separated for the rest of the night. No injuries were confirmed, though the segment clearly pushed the boundaries of realism in WWE storytelling. Why it felt so real. What set this altercation apart was the emotion behind it. Fans watching from home and those in the arena could sense the authenticity. Every movement, every glare, and every line delivered by both Punk and Drew carried the energy of genuine frustration and pride. In today's WWE, where many segments feel scripted, moments like this stand out because they capture unpredictability. The intensity wasn't just about violence, it was about emotion and release. It felt like two men working out months of real and fictional tension in front of the world. This is the kind of storytelling that made fans fall in love with wrestling in the first place, when personal grudges blur the lines between performance and reality. The psychology of Punk and Drew. CM Punk has always been a storyteller who thrives in emotionally charged rivalries. Whether against John Cena, MJF, or now Drew McIntyre, Punk's best moments come when the fight feels personal. He taps into raw human emotions, frustration, pride, vengeance, and channels them through the art of wrestling. Drew McIntyre, on the other hand, has built his reputation on intensity and dominance. He's the type of competitor who demands respect through action, not words. When someone like Punk questions that image or undermines it, Drew's pride becomes a driving force. Their chemistry works because they represent two different eras and philosophies. Punk's rebellious, outspoken defiance versus Drew's disciplined, warrior-like pride. When those two mindsets collide, the result is pure storytelling gold. Backstage fallout. WWE management reacts. In the immediate aftermath, reports suggested that WWE management held emergency meetings to discuss how to handle the situation. Was this an unscripted altercation that got out of hand, or a carefully orchestrated segment designed to blur reality? Either way, officials made it clear that the feud between Punk and Drew would continue, and that what happened backstage would have storyline consequences. WWE is now reportedly considering disciplinary action within kayfabe, such as temporary suspension, fines, or mandatory mediation on screen to escalate the story further. This direction keeps the storyline grounded in realism. If WWE treats this altercation as serious within the show's narrative, it gives fans the sense that actions have consequences, something that adds credibility to Punk's unpredictable persona. Final thoughts. The best in the world is back. CM Punk's backstage explosion wasn't just a fight, it was a message. It reminded the world why Punk has always stood out. He's not a corporate-friendly character, and he's not afraid to show emotion when others hide behind scripts. Drew McIntyre, for his part, has proven he can go toe-to-toe with Punk both verbally and physically. Their chemistry is undeniable, their tension is palpable, and the story they're telling feels real, which is exactly what professional wrestling needs right now. WWE has struck gold with this rivalry. If they continue to build it carefully, giving fans the emotional payoff it deserves, Punk versus McIntyre could define this era. So, what do you think? Did CM Punk cross the line, or did Drew McIntyre finally get what was coming to him? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned to Suplex Saga for every update, reaction, and behind-the-scenes insight on this fiery feud. Because if tonight proved anything, it's that when CM Punk says he's the best in the world, he still means every word of it.